Alright, I figured out what was wrong with the Skizit FLSM. I had the audio interface plugged in again, and the eTunes was active. So now, we're going to play some guitar. As I was saying in the previous recording... Wait, what's going on here? What's it called? Oh yeah, I started privatizing all my YouTube videos because, some sort of scam email showed up, and it was pretty personal, so I just decided to minimize my personal presence on the internet again without sacrificing my work, so I privatized everything. But still gonna keep recording and uploading because I like doing it. I'm just gonna do it in a private way now. I wonder if that's gonna affect the effectiveness, of the OBS safety mechanism, because a lot of the reason I started recording is because things were going wrong that shouldn't, and they seemed to stop, or at least I felt better when I would catch them on camera. Because I may look innocent, but I am also actually innocent. You could even say I'm still a virgin, because I realized that every time I had sex it was rape. On their part, not my part. I am not a rapist. I'm basically just a kid that somehow survived adulthood. Let me think if there was a single time that it wasn't rape on their part. Nope. Every single time I was raped. Because otherwise I'd have kids in a family. And if I was the rapist, I'd be dead by now. Enough said. Because officially, homie don't play that. Apparently, homie was playing a whole ass entirely different game. Apparently, homie was playing shoot to kill or stand down entirely and disappear into the woods. And or, I should say. I only have 13K. What happened to all my fig warps? Why are they restarting it? I didn't read that. Why are they restarting it again? I don't mind them restarting it. I just acquiesced very quickly. I realized if I said no, they wouldn't let me do the action, so... And apparently they're not going to initiate the restart. I have to actually activate it again. Apparently it was just an emote and we need to be careful. Said the ops. More like said the oops. Am I right, Billy? Laugh track. What Billy is he talking about? Well, it's either Billy Bob or Billie Eilish. I still haven't figured it out. Now let me hear you scream. Because when screaming tires you out, it usually results in crying. And then it's nap time. Did you know that all that stuff and this and the other? Where does he get off lecturing us like this? Apparently he doesn't get off, he just does it and he's correct. Oh wait, no, turns out he gets off occasionally, but it's not on the lecturing part. He definitely doesn't get off on lecturing us, and he actually wishes we would fucking listen so he could stop lecturing us. Amazing.
Wow, who are you? How did you know our exact line of reasoning?
I'm pretty sure if you didn't know who I was, you shouldn't have attacked me like that.
But we thought we knew who you were because we read a few we read a few words on a piece of paper. Who are you?
Notice how it's a bunch of who are you without any effort to find out who I am.
Who are you?
I have a bunch of brains in my skull. Just because I don't use them, it doesn't mean you should blow them out. Well, maybe it does. Maybe that's exactly what it means. Maybe there's even a law in my state about it. And that I should be able to follow the law. I should have a firearm on me at all times, and yet, corruption. Not my fault. But it's literally not my fault. I'm actually fucking innocent. Fucking innocent. I have fucked and yet I am innocent. Because it turns out that women don't respect my consent. And apparently men are too quick to judge and look for an opportunity to take a woman's side and therefore are complicit. And therefore I am innocent and all you motherfuckers are guilty. And if you don't stop torturing me, I'm gonna have to cap your ass, as you have always said. that I should be doing, because you always say that I am capping, and yet I have not, and they accumulate kind of like punch buggies. And so therefore, it is way too fucking late for you to say safety, and I'm going to have to hit you until you touch the doorknob, of which there is not one, because it is Plato's ideal. You have to touch Plato's ideal doorknob, and I get to punch you incessantly, infinite times for every time you've farted in your whole ass life. And when your arm is a bloody, broken, bruised mash, I'll switch to your other arm. And when that one's done, I'll switch to your leg. And that one's done, I'll switch to your torso. And when that one's done, I'll switch to your head. And I'm gonna wear boxing gloves so that my hands don't get hurt. And you're gonna learn a very valuable lesson about farting in my area of operations, especially in my general direction. Wait, how many plates do I have? 6 plates? That's not enough. Someone needs to teach this young man a lesson. I hope I actually get money this time. I'm pretty sure I spent all my money on shoes at the ammunition last time.
Non-refundable, I should add.
One thing I've learned about torture is that if you don't kill someone after you torture them, they tend to learn exactly how you tortured them, and if they recover, then they are liable to try to do the same thing to you and then kill you. So next time you decide to torture me, you should probably make sure I'm dead, which you clearly did not do, and you moved on in a very lackadaisical way. So now it is my duty to inform you of why that was a mistake. Did you hear that? He said he needs to get hit. Well, you've called the right man for the job.
I'll kill you!
No, you won't.
We got a man down!
Yep. Yes, you do.
Move back! Screw you! Crazy asshole! Cletus is here!
Oh, it was Cletus?
Come on!
It was Cletus in it.
Go get fucked!
I already got fucked.
Hit the floor! That's up for you! Yeah! Oh!
What the? What the? I just said that. There we go. Alright, okay. 73, 27, 38. 73, 27, 38. Why is... Oh, I cooked him. That's why. Nah, I should probably go the other way. This way. Damn it. Palm trees, you're supposed to help me. Hooray. I didn't even have to plate up again. That went perfectly. Oh, yes. That's why it's been happening. That's why I don't have that much money. Is because we're actually getting the fucking money factory running. That's how that's supposed to work. To be honest, what do I even need money for at this point? I could buy another car, yeah, but I already have this one. And it's gonna take, what, $1 million or something to get another car? I guess I could buy in-game credits now that I've actually completed. I basically beat the game. Like, that's what we're looking at, is I beat the game, and now it's endgame. And, yeah, now I can buy in-game credits if I want, because I've already proven that my method works, and all I'm doing now is sustaining the business, which is just the government, because I'm creating money. Because it's not actually counterfeit. We've already established that. It's just, that's what the corrupt politicians are calling it. They're calling it counterfeit because they stole the money factory, but they didn't keep printing. They just stole all the money in the money factory and then told us to clear out. And we had to make a new factory or something to that effect. And so they call it counterfeit because they want to only use the stolen money, except it's actually better because I stepped in and I showed them a few mistakes that they were making when they were printing it. And it actually, that originally theirs was counterfeit simply because they messed a few little things up. And now it's legit. And that's why the ops are now calling it counterfeit. And no, I didn't used to call them the ops, but apparently people can't let that term go. So they also like to say cooking up. So I guess we are now cooking up on the ops, as they say. Oh, I need a weed farm. That's what I need. So I haven't finished yet. Okay. I take that back. I haven't beat the game yet. I need a weed farm. Let me go check in on that. Let me see how much that costs. That's right. That's what I was up to. Because when I said cooking up, I thought of, like, the meth lab in the game. And then I thought, hey, you know what? What about that weed farm? By the way, I don't necessarily think it should be called cooking meth. I think it's probably more of a synthesis process. I think cooking meth is how you get explosions. Pretty sure it's more of a synthesis thing, more of a scientific endeavor. If I'm not mistaken.
That whole cooking meth thing is for the birds. Let's get to synthesizing instead.
Yeah, cook food next time. And when you choose to cook your grenades, do not overcook them. In fact, I would recommend usually not cooking them at all, because you run the risk of losing a hand, and or eyeball socket, and or penis. Now, I like my penis, so I'm not going to encourage you to cook grenades, because if I ever have a grenade, and I've encouraged someone else to, I might lose my penis from overcooking it. Penis. And or ball sack vagina stuff, if you're a woman / man / heinous individual with and or both type beats, and or not even heinous individual with and or both type beats. You might be cherubic, for all I know. One thing I know is for sure is I am biblically accurate myself, and so would you choose to be if you had my intentions. Because if you were in the pocket like me, you would also have all sorts of, what would you have? I don't really have all sorts of anything. All sorts of, records of achievement. There.
Well, apparently this nigga's just been keeping it interesting the whole time and actually didn't have nothing to confess. It turns out he's a He's not a saint either. He's a god.
I think the difference between me and a saint is that saints just try to do nothing ever that could ever be considered sinning. Meanwhile, I just do the fucking thing, and then I look back and I go, actually, that was right. That was correct. That was the right thing to do, and I see why. I think that's the difference between me and a saint. It's a similar outcome, except the saint will eventually make a mistake and then have to own up to it, whereas I calculate all these things into my existence and realize that I'm just a fucking human being. But other than that, there's not much difference. I act like a saint. I'm just not a saint. And it's not a fake thing. It's actually the opposite. Saints are just faking being me. I think I'm what's known as a good person. And apparently a man of culture.
But isn't killing people a sin?
No. Not killing people is a sin. You need to aim directly at their motherfucking organs. And if you miss, that's called a sin.
Alright.
Oh, wait. I need to go over here.
But I thought only God could kill.
Yeah, and God works through, haven't you ever heard of the meek shall inherit the earth? It's called sublimation. Go read a Philip K. Dick book before you get ostensibly re-educated. Imagine everybody took what I was saying as a threat. It's just like, dude, are you not actually listening to what I'm saying? Nothing that I'm saying is threatening. It's all super informative and quite possibly educational and almost definitely humorous if you look at it from the right way, but it's absolutely serious as well. Okay, let's look at these. Weed farm, 357 weed farm. Wow, why is it on sale? 357 weed farm, 402 weed farm. That looks kind of like 420, so I might go with that one. Mount Chiliad, that sounds sick as fuck, bro. I want to chill. 402. All right, so I need 402, and I have nothing even close to that, unfortunately. Let me stand up, please. Allow me to stand up, thank you. All right, let me think about things. Okay, now I'm gonna start thinking about, I'm gonna just look up how much the in-game currency is. Because at this point, it's just a matter of time, which is limited. Because I've put in all the work to establish this without using in-game currency. And that's the important part. So let me see. Purchase shark cards. I don't think that's it. Playlist, players. I'll just Google it. Oh, it's shark cards. They just call it something. Let's see how much it is. And just before I look into this, understand I am broke as hell and I operate on a monthly allowance. That's kind of expensive. Oh no, $10. I could spend $10. That might be fine. But this is a slippery slope. And let me tell you why. Because this could be addicting. And this is why putting in the work is really important. Because if I didn't put the work in and I saw this, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah. And then I'd probably squander my motherfucking money. Even at this point, I'm hesitating. Even at this point, because if I buy it once and then I go, oh, that was fine. Let me get the next thing. But if you look at how long it'll take to actually make enough money, let me think about it. If I'm making like, let's just say 25K every time I complete one of Simeon's missions, and each one of Simeon's missions takes at least 30 minutes, that's 100K is going to be 2 hours. Right? Wait, no. 30 times 4 is 100K, and that's 2 hours. And then, so it's 4 hours just to get 200K. So it's going to be 8 hours just to buy a weed farm. Not to mention having to resupply my cash. Oh, maybe that's why I have a cash factory. That makes sense. Sorry, I just suddenly had to take a shit when I realized that. But that makes a lot of sense. That the whole purpose of the cash factory was so that I could do this and buy one of these, and then I can start the weed farm, and then I can start selling weed and see if that will get me enough money for the rest of the thing, because that's a legitimate business. Okay, I think that'll work. I'm willing to spend $10. Does this just go through Steam? Or do I have to? Yeah, just through Steam. These items are not eligible for refund. That is quite fine with me. Oh no, I don't want to have to add funds. Wait, hold on. Add $9.99. That's exactly what it should take, right? If they add tax on top of that, it's a bullshit move. Okay. Return to my transaction. Okay. Authorize. Okay, did that work? Yes, it did. That's beautiful. Now I'm happy. Let's see if we can get the... Let's see if we can get the weed farm now. Oh, that's just Simeon. We'll do that later. Mount Chiliad, here I come. Oh, and I marked down my $10 expense as well. Fits in my budget. Hell yeah. Now we just gotta go check it out. Let's go visit it. And hopefully this will be able to generate enough revenue that I won't have to buy in-game currency again. It's not that game developers don't deserve to get paid. That is absolutely true, they do. However, I don't deserve to be stuck in a cycle of microtransaction addictions. That wasn't even really a microtransaction either. But just in-game purchases should not become an addiction for me. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because if I overuse that power, it hurts everyone involved. So I need to be careful. Now let's go find the weed farm. Alright, so that's the cash factory. There's the weed farm, I think. There it is. Let's go find it. Let's go visit it.
Hello, this is a courtesy call from Pegasus Lifestyle Management to remind you that there are specialty vehicles available for purchase online. If it can't be delivered to your garage, we will organize stress-free delivery. Goodbye.
That's just their way of saying that they noticed I spent real money and that if I wanted to develop an addiction, that they were here for that. But, that's not what I want to do. But also, it could have been them noticing that I bought a weed farm and that I might be about to make some money, in which case they are still not really hitting their mark here because the only car that I want, besides the one that I have, is the hatchback version of this. And I don't think they needed to alert me of any of that. So it's probably just another distraction to try to keep me from getting that car. Yeah, I legit don't need to buy any other cars until I am in a safe and secure place to buy that hatchback car. And I shouldn't even do that until I'm sure that I can sustain the upgrades and then continue operation. Because it's just going to be the same exact car as this, but with a hatchback. And for some reason, this one was free, and that other one's 1.5 million or something. Well, free until upgrading. But you get what I'm saying. The other one is at no upgrades 1.5 million. And what I realized is I could have just spent that... Well, no, next time I'll just be able to spend that 200 grand on the drift tuning without installing upgrades because it uninstalled my upgrades when I did the drift tuning. That's right, fam. All I want to do is drift and get laid and sell weed and grow weed. Well, and also run the government. Well, and also kill anyone who looks at me sideways. That too. I don't really want to get drunk. I don't really want to get high. I do want to appropriately use medications such as alcohol and THC, but I don't want to get high and I don't want to get drunk. I want to stay sober and I want to fight for my freedom and for my country. And if anyone puts crack in my system again, I'm gonna make sure I find out who did it. I'm gonna beat them into a stupid fucking pulp, and then I'm gonna move on. Unless it was me, in which case I'm probably just gonna get off the hook. But I don't want to find out, because I also might beat myself into a stupid fucking pulp. So let's just not do that anymore. Actually, I don't know if I've ever had anything like that in my system. I'm just saying that just to cover all my bases. Just like I don't know if I actually went to the Middle East and committed a bunch of murders. I don't know if that's true either. I just have hallucinations, which could be visions or memories that are suppressed. And I would love to talk about it more. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that if I talk about it more, especially with the people I'm supposed to be able to talk about it with, that everyone might die, because I'm pretty sure that the only reason that I could have been over there doing that is if someone messed up and sent me over there. Or the other possibility is that I went God mode and that there's corruption involved regardless. But we'll get to it. Maybe one day I'll be able to talk about it with people who I'm supposed to talk about it about. I do have therapists, and I will occasionally mention something of the like to my therapists. But I can't really even talk about it that much, and also it's not like we're sitting down like, oh, let's go through all the records, which would be nice. That's more so what I want to do. I would like some access to my own system and records to see, and I need to find out the seals, the location of my records if they're sealed as well. But they might have been destroyed. They might have been incinerated. So this presents a difficult situation. And that's right, remember that I'm going to be uploading this as a private video. This is my therapy space. And also it's for me to review later, if I want to. And also maybe if I have some kids, maybe I'll have them watch it too if they want. And if I accumulate the wives that I wish for as well, they can entertain themselves. Alright, looks like I don't have any weeds in my weed farm, and also it's a building, not a farm, but okay. I would call this a cannabis incubator. Because I'm pretty sure cannabis isn't really a weed, and I'm pretty sure this isn't a farm. I was expecting an actual farm, but okay. This looks more and more just like a grow op. Alright, so how do I get some plants going? See, I bought the whole ass thing and I still don't have shit in here, and that's how they trap you in this loop of continuing to buy in-game currency, is if you didn't expect that, or you weren't able to tolerate that. See, how much do you think actual plants are gonna cost? Let's find out. Apparently I have two. Oh.
All right, as you can see, we're almost good to go. Just need this first batch of supplies and we'll kick into gear. Exciting times.
Once again, I should be able to purchase these supplies, but apparently they are going to make me steal them again. Oh wait, maybe I already purchased them and someone else is stealing them and I'm just repossessing them. That actually makes more sense. No, I'm not even driving my motorcycle. I don't need a driver. I'm using an insured vehicle. Motorcycles are for fun, not for danger. Motorcycles are for going on a bike ride when you're tired.
But I already went on like 10 bike rides today. Can I please use an engine this time? Don't worry, I won't only use the engine once I have it. I will also still go on bike rides because I know that if I don't, I'll fall off the fucking engine one. Ekbok. But do you not know about the Xbox Live? I told you about the Xbox Live.
I'm pretty sure Ekbok is just PC. ECPC.
Ping? There's no ping here. Alright, are there some guys at the back? Nope. That's a good sign. And it's smoke on the water, which is, that is, what's it called? Come on, brain. Come on, brain. Cooperate, brain. It is Franklin's operation. There we go. Uh-oh. Global signal's gonna go. Oh, wait, no. Global signal only affects other players, doesn't it? Pretty much, right? So this is a legitimate operation, I'm pretty sure, because I put myself in a friends-only group and I'm my only friend. Totally legitimate operation identified. Yeah, it just showed to all players. As long as none of the quote-unquote non-player characters show up with red dots or on their persons or whatever. As long as they don't show up as hostile, then I'm good to go. Cruising for a schmoozin', as they say, instead of a bruising, because I've already done that. I would like to schmooze instead now. But don't get me wrong, I will bruise. I just don't want to be bruised. I will accept a few minor injuries here and there as a result of my practices, such as through skateboarding if necessary. However, I would also like to avoid bruises there as well. I would simply like to cruise. No strings attached. And if schmoozing is necessary, I will also engage in such operations. So, let's just cruise. Tom Cruise! Wait, no. That's the wrong one. Just cruise. Skibbity, 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 skibbity. I got good behavior. Hell yeah.
What you need a weed farm for?
I'm trying to have kids up in this bitch. Maybe you didn't get the massage, but I'm also good at camera angles. So STFU, GTFO, and come back soon.
Yes, look at all that cannabis. I'm gonna help so many people.
Look how many people just got helped. All those people just got helped. I pray to God they let me deliver it. That was the whole point of this, is so I can drive the car around and deliver it.
Sweet, they got the materials. Your staff are gonna do their magic, and product, here we come. Long John T is out.
Imagine the whole first set of product just goes to getting everyone high as fuck and giving all the staff their personal stash. And now they're gonna sort through all the seeds that they find in the product, and then they're gonna come back and they're gonna start plants, and then each one of them is independently going to have their own place to set up, and they can also grow their own plants. And this is just, they're all gonna contribute to my operation, and then I get to go from there. I'm basically just the crux of the entire operation, whereas everyone gets their own fair share up front, essentially, and they get to run their own operation, but all of it falls apart if my operation doesn't work because it's a trust-based operation. So we got supplies, and now we just need to wait for the product. In the meantime, internet. Or should I say, military intranet. Wait, what are the upgrades? Staff upgrade, security upgrade, equipment upgrade. Well, you got to start with security first. Oh, wait, don't buy anything. Don't buy anything. Hold on. Oh, wait. Well, if cops are involved, do buy this, actually. 100%. That's all I can say. Because they should be aware that this is a legitimate operation and that they shouldn't raid it. And that if they do, that it could have potentially very serious consequences for everyone. And now I can use this car to go get my actual car. Was it a Mazda? Where did I go? Where did I go? I went to the bar. Alright, and actually now that I'm seeing how this is going, it's probably gonna be like, what's it called? If I have to guess, this weed farm is not gonna actually produce revenue, and it's just gonna produce exactly enough money as I need to sustain the operation, which is probably how it's supposed to work. So, well, now that I've done that, that's what I said I wanted to do. And then the only other thing I have is getting that other car and then upgrading it with drift tuning also. So this is where the potentially second microtransaction comes in, and I have to wait and see what happens first before I do that. Because if I jump to conclusions and it was unnecessary, then I will have made a mistake. If I correctly assess the situation and I set a limit, then it's not a mistake and it's just another expense which gets documented. And if I do use real currency again... Wait, why did my marker go away? Ah, I went past the thing. Hold on. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, if I do use in-game money to buy the second vehicle, well then I also have to not use in-game money to get the drift tuning, because I actually have to work for that so that I'm not just fucking blowing cash instead of doing the work. And that's how that goes. It's just the nature of the beast, as they say. It's the nature of the beast!
But what about the nurture of the beast? What about the nurture of the beast? Yeah. I'll tell you what, there's one thing I know about the nature of the beast, and is if you say things like that and the beast hears you, oh my goodness. The beast heard you. Oh my goodness, you thought the beast would just accept defeat and go out like a bitch? You picked the wrong fucking sex of beast to mess with. I told you don't do that. But no, you didn't listen. But the beast listened. And now the rapture. John 15:8 says, do not covet thy neighbor. It does not say that. I just don't remember the shit because I'm Cletus, you dig? But I know it's true. I read it at one point. Okay, I can't read, you're right. But someone told me about it and I listened and it sounded right. And if I'm not mistaken, this part right here says that Jesus Christ was Lucifer and shit. So, y'all back the fuck off. Okay?
Supplies level are good. Stock level's pretty good. Let's sell the stock. Wait, what are we doing? We can either sell it to these people, or we can sell it to these people. I have to do a little research. So I guess, I can't tell if this is for an event on the online. It's a heist location. So apparently they get robbed. So I might need to sell to them. Let's see what Foxhen. Foxhen Enterprises sounds corporate. So we'll have to see what they're up to. So yeah, apparently Pacific Rim is a bank. Oh wait, apparently it's just a subsidy of the same thing. And why was that page in Russian? What the hell? Okay, apparently they're the same fucking company. So let's just do this. Wait, hold on. What did it say? Larger what? Larger sales may require multiple vehicles. Well, I don't have additional members, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just do the other one. Whoa, we need it for both? Aw, shit, I should have sold earlier. Oh well. Here we go. Next time I'll try to catch that sooner.
You doing this, huh? The product's in the back of the truck and ready to move. Get it to the buyer, and you're done.
I got a plate up. Oh shit, I should have bought more ammo. Hold on. Actually, no, this should be enough ammo. As long as I... Oh, wait, but I don't think they're gonna... Yeah, I have to buy more ammo. Let me double check, too. I've still got 9 plates, so let's go ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we get it there in time. Global signal. I should still be in a private server. So hopefully that's all this is. Hopefully it's not an AI battle. Alright, globals. Nope, it's not. It is an AI battle. Damn. Does the cargo truck have a health bar? If not, I can probably just keep going. Alright, well, that'll take them a minute to get back up. Oh, shit. Hold on. They just shouldn't be following me. It's not my fault. Wow, I have 45 minutes to deliver this? That's a lot of time. I'd rather have extra time to deal with something than less time. Imagine having 2 seconds to deliver it. That would suck. 45 minutes, I can deal with that, because if I get it done in 10 minutes even, it's still a huge win. Oh, what do we got? I'm glad that Audi that zoomed by didn't get caught up, because I thought they were hostile also the way they were driving, but they were not. Which is why you should always check the map. Make sure you understand. Thank God they yielded. Mostly. Ah, here we go again. They're taking little pot shots again. They're not even close. Oh, he's still alive. I missed most of them. He's still going? Alright, hold on. That guy should have known when to quit. There's a difference between quitting and giving up, by the way. When you quit something, you can just do something else. Giving up is when you fail everything. When you choose to fail everything. And next time you steal my manuals full of how to deal with this situation without getting everyone killed by accident, know that I might accidentally get everyone killed by accident. Because I don't have the manuals. And ink is expensive, so I can't just print them again. I can't just print them all again. Because I'm on a budget, which you may also not have expected because you thought that I had a ton of money, and I don't. I actually have $0. Ever. Well, actually, no, I have $7 in my PayPal account. But you know what's funny about that? I only have that money from doing payments to the court because a few extra dollars get left over every time I make a payment. It's not even for my personal stuff. Because I have to use a debit card to make my court payments. And the money that I'm using isn't even my money. It's my parents' money. Because I don't make any money. Because I'm not corrupt. And when I finally can make money, it won't mean that I'm corrupt. It'll mean that I finally got people on the same page. Because if I make money before I'm able to do that, the only way to do it is by being corrupt. And if not everybody's on the same page, I'll at least have gotten enough people on the same page that I can make money in a legitimate way. But it's not that I wasn't legitimate the whole time, it's just that I would have had to force it. And I don't want to do that.
That's a successful sale. The funds are transferring. Long John out.
Now let's go find my car again. There it is. Actually, I realized the security upgrade was just paying the cops. All I did was pay the cops to protect me. That's what that was. Just so they won't get mad and steal it. You just pay them, which basically just means give them some of the stash. Which is not actually a stash, it's a supply. Or a product. Give them some of the supply and or product. And just say, hey, can you just make sure this is safe, please? And they say, sure. And that's how that works. Cash would work too if they didn't want any of the supply product, but seeing as it's California, I'm pretty sure they did. And I don't have any problem with that. Cannabis should not be illegal. Cannabis should be 100% legal. What should be illegal is creating forms of cannabis that are obviously extremely harmful. And that's where people get caught up in a slippery slope, is being like, well, mine's not harmful even though it has 10,000 million chemicals that shouldn't be in there. And then people who are like running a regular operation that's totally safe and checked, they're like, but that one's not safe. And it's like, okay, now you screwed everything up. Now we're going to have to kill people because you won't get off this fucking subject about you did the wrong thing. You said the thing that was safe. Even though you knew it, you just said it, you knew it was unsafe, and you just said it was safe to fucking take down the people who were actually making a safe product. And that's why we have to have CIA operatives on call at all times. Because of that type of dumbass bullshit where people know what the fuck is right and what the fuck is wrong, but they decide to violate it in order for their own fucking gain. What's right and what's wrong is not cannabis versus methamphetamines versus fucking codeine. What's right versus what's wrong is good supply and demand product testing and making sure that you're not harming people. It's very obvious. And when you start getting befuddled and there starts being questions about what that is, it means something is going wrong somewhere, but it might not be your fault. So you gotta figure out what the fuck it is and solve it. And if people won't cooperate, well then you know what happens. If it's severe enough. Because we don't have time for that bullshit. We gotta get moving. Because that's how this works. But if people like myself who are running legitimate operations get targeted, then we get problems. Not because of people's opinions, but because of the way the world works. Don't believe me? Ask the devil. Ask God. Ask either one of them and you'll get a pretty good indication of what's going on. Just gotta double check on the operation now. And remember, this is going up as a private video. And if it ever becomes public again, hey, that's one thing. But my intention here is just to have a therapeutic process done with some fun. Because it's a game. What kind of upgrade? See, we don't need a security upgrade on this one because the cops are the employees on this one. Although I would like to get both a security and a staff upgrade. Just because. But we've got a security upgrade on the grow operation, and that should be enough for now. Let's go visit this again just to double check. Trying to think. I think the only... It seems like there was a heist option, though. That's what I just learned about, is that there's a heist option. So what I'm guessing is that I provided the money to the, what's it called? I provided the money to the bank, right? Even though it was through a third party that the bank set up. I still provided the money to the bank. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, what they're going to do is just print a fuck ton more money. And then I can do a heist mission, it looks like. Is that what that H that popped up on the map was? Because I don't know if that was actually the heist mission or if it was just a reminder that there's now a heist mission available. Because apparently what I should be able to do now is rob that very same bank. And by rob, I mean Robert, not take unlawfully, but actually simply remove through ostensible backing. That's what it would be. But I should be able to then multiply the profits. But if I had to guess, I would say that mission is probably not the easiest one. Because it looked like the winnings could be for anywhere from $700,000 to over $1 million. And if I could do that, then I don't have to spend any more in-game currency, because I could just do that, and then I could make up the rest of it with Simeon contracts, and then I could get the Apex GT, and then I could just do a few more Simeon contracts to make up the difference for the drift tuning. So let's check in on that heist after we drive to the weed farm again. And I can already sense the discussion about me being a gun owner again. And I want to make it pretty clear that if I get to own a gun again, personally, the only thing I want to do is go to the range and work on modifications and designs. And I probably don't even want to keep... pretty much definitely don't want to keep ammunition in the house. Because I don't even think it would be, at this point, necessarily a very effective self-defense mechanism. Because why should I have to defend myself at my home? I shouldn't have to do that. So, if that comes up again, pretty sure the right way to do it for me, personally, at least at this point in my life, looking forward, is own a gun. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But then go to the range and just buy ammunition at the range, and then just like work on maintenance, modification, and adding like designs basically at home and or at official locations. I can't really see a reason why I'd need ammunition at home or in public.
But what if...
yeah, there's supposed to be professionals to stop that from happening.
But what if...
Well, then, what? I have a million other ways to deal with that. Here we go.
But what about scaring people?
That's called terrorism. Don't do that. Alright, so we have supplies. And it looks like we'll have stock at some point as well. So we'll come back and check on that at some point. Look at these cute little plants. These aren't weeds. These are curated horticulture selections. That's the opposite of a weed. This is the opposite of a weed. It's a misnomer. Running. I'm running. Alright, what was the next thing? Oh yeah, check in on the heist. Oh, it's the 5th heist available. Does that mean I have to do other heists? Hold on, 1 second, I have to pee. Alright, so apparently it's part of a series of heists that you have to work with Lester on. And I'm pretty sure in order to complete that, I have to set up, like, maybe an apartment or something. I can't remember what he was asking for. Yeah, because the other option is just spend the second in-game money and get the car and then do Simeon stuff until I get the drift update, and then I can just drive around and do shit, like sell the weed and stuff. Although I'm pretty sure they're gonna make me take a company vehicle. Oh wait, there's street dealers too, that's right. So let's go check on the heist thing. Let's go check in with Lester about that. There's a couple of them. See, this is the one. Wait, is it? Maze Banks for purchase a facility. Yeah, I have to purchase a facility. I need a high-end apartment, apparently. Oh, and for this one, I need an arcade. Looks like. Whatever a facility is. Now what the hell is a Kosatka? Yeah, all this shit's expensive as hell. That would take forever. I would have to use real money. Well, I wouldn't have to, but you get the point. I got other shit I'm doing. Even this stuff. Let's look at the high-end apartments. Wait, are these considered high-end apartments? Some of these are kind of affordable. Okay, so some of the... Wait, these are considered high-end, right? Oh, there's a free one. I should have known. Oh, it's a garage. Sick. Now I gotta check and make sure there's... See if there's other free things. No, I don't want to trade in a property. It said free. It said free. It says free. It doesn't say trade in. It says free. It literally says free. But they're saying I can sell my old garage, which is a 4-car garage, and spend 31 to get a 10-car garage. See, it's not a bad deal, but I like my garage. But let's see if there's any other free items. Wait, also, wait, how much was the cheapest one other than the free one? I don't need a 10-car garage. I only need a 2-car garage. I just have other vehicles as placeholders. I actually have enough to buy that. These are all garages, though. They're not even, they're not even apartments. It says high-end. Ah, here's some stuff. An apartment. This is a high-end apartment. Is it not? Why is it still 10-car garaging? It says apartment 7. What about the garage? Includes a 10-car garage. And I also can choose apartment 20. And I can also choose this one. How much do I have? Oh, I actually need to make no, I just need to make a deposit. Hold on. This is way easier with a friends-only server as well. There, now I should be able to buy a high-end apartment and participate in a heist. In a heist, any heist, I don't know. Let's go back to the weed farm first. Which is totally a misnomer, because those aren't weeds and that's not a farm. Hopefully I also get a weed farm which is backing this, because, never mind, we're not even going to go there. That gets too complicated. And let's double check which heists we can do with an apartment. This one. What is this one? A series of daring heists. That sounds correct. But let's double check. It has to be through Dynasty 8, I think. So apparently I just need a high-end apartment. What the? And there's no high-end apartment here. It's just offices. Ah, Dynasty 8 real estate. Look, this one says 223, and I have 223. That should be perfect. Let's just double check its validity. It's at the epicenter. You can't get any better than that for business. Let me double check. This one's also at the epicenter. What's wrong? This one's 57. This one's 10. It's got a bean machine outlet, which means it's always gonna smell like poop. If it's super stylish, that means people are gonna try to break into it all the time. Oh, well, we got voyeurs involved. That's not good. Looks like it's this one. Epicenter it is. I don't want to trade in a property. I'm only allowed to have one at a time? Wait, did I just buy it? I bought it anyway? Hell yeah. So I think I have a garage and that now.
Look, we need to talk. I've got a proposition that might be mutually advantageous. Come to my warehouse off the freeway. We'll discuss it.
Warehouse off the freeway, you say? I don't see a warehouse off the freeway. There's supposed to be a big L somewhere. There it is. I don't want to rob a store. I want to work for my money. I want to buy things from a store. So what if I only have $65? That's enough to get you whacked. In fact, at this point, I don't need any dollars to get you whacked. I have everything I need. In-game.
Correct again, because they are going to try to use that as evidence against me in court, because that's all anyone fucking ever does, is try to be mean to me when I'm just playing a fucking game and trying to do it correctly. Everyone just is always super fucking mean to me, and that is the fucking problem, not what I'm doing.
And what's all this fucking court shit anyway? What makes you think you have any right to try to be in a relationship with me? Courtship. So basically you're just allowing people to rape me. You're just creating a gang, stalking me, and then trying to create a situation where this fucking whoever is trying to rape me. That's all this is, and it's a big fucking scam. Not once has the court served a legitimate purpose in my life. And I heard it. They said, I'll rape you up. I heard you're in Virginia. I heard it through the fucking telepathic scam lines, which I have access to, but I do not participate in. And then they said, oh shit, I was pretty sure you were an insurgent. Do I look like a fucking insurgent to you? And if the answer is yes, get your motherfucking eyes checked. And also, maybe smoke something else for a while. And then I heard, oh shit, duly noted. Thank you, partner. You're welcome. Keep your head on straight next time. Or keep your head on gay, I don't care which, but just, you know, pay attention and make some better decisions. What if I want to keep my head on bi? Great. You're not going to keep your head on then because it's bi. Bi. Keep my head on bi. Just kidding. You can keep your head on bi.
Pretty sure I was gonna sue you, honey, but then I actually thought about it and I realized what was happening, and then I realized you could sue the fuck out of us.
Yep, and you know why I'm not doing that? Because that's not how this works. It doesn't work like that. It just crashes everything. That's why you need to stop. Not because I have an opinion that you disagree with, but because you're actually doing something wrong. It's not about morals. It's not about ethics. It's about utilitarian systems of government. Then we can bring the morals and ethics in, and I would caution you while doing so. And then this time the fucking telepathic communication line was open. It said, pretty sure this is an affirmative defense. Exactly. You got it. Affirm. But it's actually also just therapy and me having fun and trying to make sure the game isn't going to crash. That's really what it is. The whole reason I'm doing this is because the game keeps fucking crashing if I don't do shit like this, which is insane. I shouldn't have to. But, alas, here we are. But at least we finally reached at least what's a consensus. I mean, a semblance of a consensus, at least.
Been a while. Yeah, I've never been good at small talk. I don't have many friends. I do sometimes meet people online, and then I arrange to meet them out in the real world, and then I go there, but I just hide, and I watch them, and I think, wow, now you are experiencing 1% of what I felt my entire childhood when I spoke to a girl. Wow.
Damn, he spoke to a girl? That's hardcore.
Feels good to talk. So, I know you've been complaining, but you weren't ready. Now, maybe, just maybe you are ready to do real work. I mean, are you interested? Because if you are, I have a few things coming down the wire soonish. If you want, I'll contact you. But don't let me down on this. I'm putting my neck on the line, and I like my neck. It's my best feature.
Sick.
Aside from my sparkling conversation.
No, it's your sparkling eyes. Your conversation is lackluster. Oh, so I guess Lester will tell me when the next thing is happening. Or is it this one? No, that's arcade. That's facility. That's that one.
Jesus!
Cheese and rice.
Alright, so now I'll go try to find this again. I had to go last time. I almost completed it, but I had to go do something else last time I tried this. So we'll see how this goes. Actually, wait. A smart man would first go do something he can actually make money off of. Because if I waste all my fucking ammo and plates, then I can't do that again because I didn't make any money off of it. So let's try a Simeon thing first and just hope that we get a good mission. Plus, aren't the people in the court system supposed to be the one completing my mental health court paperwork transfer? Why is it being given to us? Isn't that just admitting that they're guilty and that we're the experts? Isn't that literally exactly what that is? Now, once again, I'm just trying to make sure that these situations get handled the best way possible.
All right, we might be ready to move on this thing. If you want the work, you'll get a knock on your door any minute.
Okay, I'm waiting. Go to the planning room. Okay, I'll do that then. Yeah, so as soon as you get that paperwork filled out, which technically you're not supposed to be able to do because you're the client, that's when we'll defend you. So by sending us this paperwork and asking us to fill it out, you're basically admitting that we're your superiors. That's how this goes, isn't it? Which means that now we have to cause corrective action. It's pretty much the exact sequel. Ooh, look, another Dua Stewart Enterprise. Oh, okay. I guess this is where Dua and I are gonna live together. I guess Franklin gets to keep his house. Or, I don't know how that works. Franklin might want to live in the fucking... back at his old house, for all I know. This looks pretty good, though. If Franklin wants to keep that other house, that's fine with me. Either way. I mean, our characters are basically like brothers at this point. They pretty much got each other's backs. This is a cool place. Look, I got KRKs and everything. Look at that. And I got a printer. Hell yeah. I'm gonna print! Da-da-da-da. Alright, I'm gonna look around the apartment first because this looks pretty fun. That looks dangerous. Spam! Call from spam. Drinketh of the vino. Oh my god, de vin. Oh my god, de vino. Oh my god, de vine. Vine, vine. No es vino o vina. Vine, vine. Y fin. Por supuesto. Por supuesto. But where's the toe? Front -5 degrees camber, rear positive. Front -5 degrees toe. Rear positive 5 degrees toe. And then, I know you didn't ask about the camber. You only asked where the toe was, but it's also at front rear -5 degrees. Epicenter type beat. More like epic center. I see you, Maria. I see you scoping out my place. Ooh, a knife. I better leave that there and only use it for kitchen things. It's not been long enough since I had the wine to have any green juice yet. You gotta let the wine set in. I don't need to sit down right now. Where's that bong? There we go. I was like, didn't I see a bong around here?
Or, as it's known in the industry, a water pipe.
Damn, he cornered the shit out of that. Or just maybe he singed it and got all the terpenes off. Either way, that was awesome.
Sick.
Alright, what's next? Cigarettes. I guess that's to counteract the THC in case it gets too out of hand. Which it can. I tell you what, that THC can get quite rowdy in your system. Wow, that's a beautiful view. And look how many visitors I can have if I want. Oh, and there's more construction going on over there. I'll bet you it's Clark Construction. Skee-bee-dee-bee-dee, skee-bee-dee-bee-dee-bee-dee. Oh, look, a bed. Yummy! Nap time. Oh, wait. Well, meditation time. Resting time. That's what it is. It's always important to give yourself time to rest and recover. Especially when using medicines which may cause lethargy. They might cause lethargy, or they might cause activation and excitement. It depends on what your body needs at the time. There should also be a treadmill in here somewhere. Or something like that. Maybe there's a gym downstairs. Oh, this closet. Are those Dua's boots? Those have to be Dua's boots. My character's a male. I don't really want to change clothes, though. Because, well, I'll change, but just into new versions of the same thing. I like those clothes. Anything else? That's an egg. Is this an exit? Nope, this is the bathroom. It's a nice bath. Ooh. A wood floor shower? It must be pretty well treated. That's pretty cool. I like this place. Oh, wait. How does that go? Back tattoos. Finally, a shower. Alright, I'm out of coffee for the day, which means that I'm going to start targeting other people for their coffee. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I might do that in a playful sense once I've developed a network of people who can tolerate it and take it with a sense of humor instead of being highly offended, but we have to work on that. Also, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to show nudity in these games and that it's not supposed to be offensive, but unfortunately, America has a circumcision problem, so we have to hide everyone's nudity until we solve that, or else all the Americans will freak out. As an American who was circumcised at birth, I can vouch for this exact issue. And no, I don't hate my parents for it, because it was supposedly considered a normal thing at the time. But yes, I would like to stop perpetuating it, because I think it's unhealthy. Pretty sure the foreskin is a necessary part of the human body when you're a male. Just saying. And that only in very, very extreme circumstances, while other options have been thoroughly considered and tested, only then is it a possible treatment to solve an issue. And should not be done in a preventative manner, because we live in a day and age where we have proper hygiene available to pretty much everybody, and we also have contraception if needed, so I don't really see any need for it. Because as long as you're practicing safe and responsible sex, there's no reason that you should ever get an STD. Maybe a urinary tract infection here and there, but even then you can prevent that with proper hygiene and just boundaries. Alright, let's try it. Nobody better load in. There's better be no one else loading in. This better be just me. A bank. Observe security. Then collect someone and some equipment. And then heist. Which is something we've done in campaign mode many, many times. So this shouldn't be a problem. I can't afford it. Okay. Well, I should have some already. Closed. Good. Okay. Let's go. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. What did I buy this for? Well, that sucks. Well, at least I have an apartment now. Can't do any heists and shit, though. I guess that means that I already did them all. That's the only possible thing that could be going on, is if they're preventing me from doing it as myself, that means that all the base are belong to me. And that now I just have a cool-ass apartment, and that was a psyop just to get me to buy a fucking apartment and stop living in a garage. But I'm going back to the garage, motherfuckers. Fuck this shit, I'm out. How do I leave? They're like, wait, Alec, you even have a 10-car garage here. No, it's not the one that I bought. Actually, let me go look at it, though. Just in case it's sick. Okay, it's kind of sick. I might move here. I might use some in-game currency to buy the new car, and then do a few heists, and then call it a day. That might be how we do this. But I have to figure out how to enter this garage. Oh, it's even got a lift in here. Yeah, alright. I think I get it. I'm gonna go do that. And then, as we go along, I wouldn't mind doing that heist with Dua. But I don't trust anybody to help me with this. Alright, so it looks like I can actually enter the garage from there, too. So let's try that with this vehicle. I can leave those free vehicles I got at the other garage. And I can actually even get more free vehicles, also. So after this, we're going to the car meet. And I'll just leave those free vehicles as company vehicles for the money printing operation. Cool. Sorry, let's go to the... Wait, what is... Oh, that's how I leave on foot. Okay. So now let's go to the car meet, and let's get more free vehicles and put them in the other garage, or this one if I need to. Whoa! But the other garage so that they can use them as company vehicles, first and foremost. And there's Trevor's garage in case I get in trouble and he can just help me. I'm pretty sure this whole shit was just so that they could defend their undefendable actions against my circumcision. Time to stop scamming Americans by taking away all the boys' foreskins. Stop doing that now. And stop being rapists, women, because you're ruining it for the rest of the women. You see that accident that just occurred? That was proof. Stuff like that happens when I'm correct.
Sweet Billy Bob and or Eilish.
A new prize ride, which I will not be competing for because it seems just like a big-ass setup to try to get someone killed. Ooh, what is this? That's pretty cool. Let's see what they got. Oh, okay. Are there any free ones? Ah, there is a free one. Right there. Free! Send this one here, because this is actually a kind of sick vehicle. And then we'll go continue to find the company ones. But that one has got to be in the personal garage. Okay, now let's go find the rest of the company vehicles. Cool, you can get a Z also. Looks like it's part of, all of that stuff is part of, oh wait, are those just DLCs? I thought they were, oh, they even got the new Z. They might be part of missions. You might be able to win these in missions or something. Ooh, that one's also going to my personal. Ooh, wait, 1, 2. Let's double check, because there's a lot of them, apparently. Let's not just get greedy here. We need to actually look at what all the options are. Well, apparently I have to go out and come. Well, I've got 13 minutes, and then I'll do it. I might as well reset now. Hold on. Walk around a little bit. Okay. All right, this one will go to my personal garage. Oh, the Karin Futo, the original one's only 9,000. That's a great price. Comparatively, that is. Look at this one. Since this is a rally vehicle, that should go to the, actually no, this needs to stay here. I just realized the employees would get really pissed with me if I gave them a car like that. They need normal-ass cars so that they don't feel overwhelmed and responsible for any damage. These are the types of cars they want. They want these ones, because they don't feel too bad about these. They're like, heck yeah, that's the version that we wanted. Or these, actually. They'd probably even prefer these. Let's see, I put one of these in there, and I think I put... So I need this one to go over there. So that goes, and then... Now we've got 3 cars, and I just need to pick one more. I'll pick one with a livery. Maybe. Hold on. Actually, I think they want a front-wheel drive. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That should do it. Now we have a garage full of company vehicle. Oh, you know what I should have done is I should have left one spot open. Dang it. So that I could park there if I wanted to. Well, I'll figure that out later. I'll probably just remove the one with the livery. And then drive it to a neighbor and give it to them as a peace offering. Or something. Alright, now it's time to go back and fill up my personal garage again. Did I put this one in my personal garage yet? Or did I say, let's not get greedy and pause? I can't remember. Yeah, I think I said, let's not get greedy. So time to go for here. Oh, I have different options. I like that one. That one's kind of cool. But this one's also cool. We should probably go with that one. Yeah, we should go with this one. There's that. And then what's next? Next is the Corvette, right? We got the Bentley. Now we need the Corvette, I think. Red. One, two, three. And then I already got one of these from the other place. From Benny's. Let's see if I can get any free motorcycle or free bicycles, I mean. Oh, I don't have to, these don't have to be free, they're cheap. But I kind of have to for no jumper. I have to buy one. Insufficient. Never mind. I forgot I was broke as a motherfucker right now. Okay, apparently I don't have to buy one for no jumper. Especially because I already have a BMX in real life. Alright, well I guess we're done here for now. And I think all I have to do is go take the one with the livery out of my garage and give it to someone. Because I need at least one spot open in the garage in case I want to show up. So, there's that. I could take the one that's front-wheel drive out, except these are supposed to be company vehicles, and I need to have a front-wheel drive vehicle for people who can't control a rear-wheel drive vehicle. And I'm pretty sure nobody in the company needs a livery vehicle, and if they fucking want it, then they can keep it. I'm just gonna take it outside, and if it gets left in a place where they can come get it, well then they can come get it. Ow, but not this one. This one's mine.
Don't forget to bring me some cars on the car list. Get out there and find them.
Ah, a legitimate repossession operation, of course. How could I forget? I'm beginning to think the whole reason that no one ever wanted to book me for shows or promote me is because I was using crack software for so long, people thought that they could just take credit for my music and sell it as their own and perform it as their own. And now, once I paid off all my cracked plugins, and because I was using them for educational purposes, and then and research, and I figured out which ones I need, and once I paid them all off and had a legitimate copy of everything that I was using, that's when they cracked down, because then they thought, oh, well, now he's gonna, like, try to make legitimate music under his own name instead of under the record label's name that he created, which was an alternate personality character. And then it's gonna come into light exactly how much money has been taken from him by way of people taking credit for his work just because they thought that he couldn't do anything about it, because they thought he was on the wrong side of the law, but actually he was on the right side of the law the whole time. And people just didn't understand that. And him buying all of the stuff actually proved that, and that's why they stopped him. Because that's kind of the whole reason this thing's a huge fucking problem. That could be it. That might be it. Maybe that's it. And that's why everybody just goes all the time, because they think I'm a dumbass fucking bitch and that I'm just gonna get killed and they can keep all the profits. That's why they always go, or, well, actually I don't have to, because I can just steal your shit and have you fucking pinned. Okay, well then, why am I not dead? Just because you thought you could just keep stealing my shit and using me for, like, unbelievable amounts of slave labor? Here, keep this car. Whoever needs this car from the company, keep it. Actually, wait, no, fuck that. This car's cool. I'm taking the fucking front-wheel drive one out. You just thought I didn't know what was going on. You thought I'd never notice or something. Or that you could always give me a concussion and I'd forget. Or something. I don't know. Anyway, you guys keep this one. What? No! Dang it. Where's my other personal vehicle? Ah, that just got complicated. Well, I guess I'll have to put this one away and start a new session. Looks like this is just a company garage now. Good game, company. Good game, because it's my company. And I like games, and I like them to be good.
Did you just reverse the roles on us and prove that we were using you for slave labor and that we're actually so severely indebted to you that we could never pay it back and now we're all going to get used for slave labor? But you actually set up a really good system and now we can't really even complain. But actually, also, if we do complain, there's a legitimate way to do so. And,
Wait, oh, there's extra spots. Ah, that works. Now I can park. Now I can park here. But now I have to go find my other frickin' vehicle. And I have to use some self-discipline and not just fill up the rest of the garage. Dang it, where's the other... Oh, that's right. Wait, I know how to do this. Okay, so basically the next thing I want to do is just use one more in-game purchase to buy the final car and then do the Simeon stuff to get the money to upgrade it. But I also might just pause for now. Aw, shit. Where is my other car? Alright. I guess I have to do this then. Shouldn't there be a valet service? Let's double check and make sure it's not at the insurance place. It should...
Our operators are on call right now. Please try later.
It should just be at the other garage. So let's try this. Let's take the one with the livery. Oh, then you want me to take the front-wheel drive one? Alright, let's take this one. And let's see if we can get it to the other place. And then if my car isn't at the other place, well then the whole game is a scam. And we will have confirmed it. So let's go check first and not jump to conclusions. Because if after I spent more real money, there's something that wrong, well then you know. Because I actually put in the work. I put in real work and used only in-game currency to get the other one. And if as soon as I spend real currency, my actual in-game hard work currency goes away, well then it's just an encouragement to spend more money, more real money. And that's called a scam. Because if you take away what I earned by hard work simply to try to make me spend more real money, that's exactly what a scam is. Among other also types of scams. But you always gotta check. Never jump to conclusions. In fact, it's best to double check. That's right. I used to be a front-wheel drive expert. Guess I still am. Oh, that was a mistake.
You don't. I just paid that off. Oh, God.
Next time, don't do that, I guess. She was like, "Get out of that car, I'm gonna have a sex with you." And I was like, "No, you're not. That's rape." You will not be having any sex with me. Technically, because of my circumcision, all sex with me is rape. We just have to set up... I have to work really hard to set up a conscious loophole so that when someone I want to have consensual sex with rapes me, that there's an affirmative defense for them at every turn, except for the turn at which there's no affirmative defense for them, which will have been set up just in case they try to betray me. But unfortunately, that seems to be the reality here, because I could never have consented to my circumcision, so I can now never consent to sex. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to either deal with this problem, or we're gonna have to blow up the whole world. It also means I can't be a criminal. I literally cannot be a criminal, even if I try. And I think the reason I don't have any money is because I'm not supposed to need money. I'm supposed to be able to just ask for stuff. Ah, and there's my car. See? This is why you always check. Cool. And now we have a semi-resolution. I can hear everyone screaming, "Get that thing out of here!" Do you guys mind the front-wheel drive vehicle? No? I didn't think so. Must be coming from somewhere else. So I'll just take this one. And now I have an executive decision to make. Let's check in on the vehicle list that Simeon gave us. If I can find it. Nope, I guess not. No vehicle list from Simeon. So that means think hard. Alright, we're going back to the garage. Hold on. I can either wait another day to do this purchase, or I can just do it today. I also have to find where it is. Let's see if we can find it first. I think they called it a 4-door, although I thought it was a 2-door. It's actually a 3-door vehicle. But we gotta find it. Alright, let's search 2-door. Ah, I just piddled again a little bit. Because of my lack of a foreskin. I hate that. Alright, it's not there. I could also finish up with these free vehicles. Let's do that first. Let's do that and send it to there. Because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the last one will get sent here. I think. Wait, let me see how many do I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the 9th one is free. And then the 10th one is my hatchback.
As if.
So we got that one. We got that one. Now it's time to put this one in this garage, and then I get to buy the hatchback. There we go. And then now we have to find where the hatchback is. Is it in Legendary Motorsports? It should be a 3-door vehicle. There's a Supra. That's kind of cool. But I want to create a Supra Terreno. Meaning just the Terreno format. But the Supra version. Where is it? Oh my god. I'll probably have to Google it again, because why would it be difficult to find? I've already seen it before. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up again. Supposed to be able to buy it from Southern Super Autos, apparently. So why wasn't it there? Ah, there it is. 1.5. Trade price or buy it now? I want to buy it now. So that's... I think I should I have to go do a thing from Simeon first, because I need to have a little bit more money than I have now. And if I go over my budget for this month, at least I'll be cutting into my budget a little less than previously, as long as I stay true. But hopefully I'll be able to stay under budget for this month, and that this will end my streak of extra purchases.
Hi there.
GTA Today, too. I can't remember. Alright, well, I don't remember which kind this is, but... let's just go. I don't need radio. I have a radio. I have music playing already. It should start with a default of off. I have to pee again. I can hear all the conspiracy people being like, yeah, let's steal all his shit and then use it against him, and if we can kill him or lock him up or basically just make him go away forever, then we can take credit for all his work and tell a bunch of lies, and then we can sell all his work and make even more money. Ha 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 ha! As if they haven't already been doing that. Oh no, I can't do this mission. I remembered what this mission is. It always ends with a fight with the police. I have to do a different mission. Damn it. And then they put me in the spot where my fucking car isn't. Insufficient funds to pay my apartment utility bill. That's okay, I don't need any of that shit. And this is why I'm now going to repossess a vehicle to get over there, because my garage units are getting messed up again. Oh wait, I can move them like this. Hold on. Get all the free livery vehicles in. No, that's about right. Let's not do that. Alert. Send an alert to all people in the vicinity. All units with company vehicles must report to my location so that I can repossess and take to my necessary destination. Nope, don't need that. Keep going. Oops, that person was too fast. I was looking the wrong way. Stop. Stop, please. Thank you for honking first. Please don't hurt yourself when you get out of the car. Thank you. Oh, don't get angry. You know what happens when you get angry. Shouldn't have turned hostile. I wish it would stop putting me back at that garage. How do I make it stop doing that? Or can I not? Do I just have to do this every time now? Because it used to spawn me there with my own personal vehicle. Oh, I can leave one there, and then I can take my hatchback. Or would the hatchback be there? Well, we'll figure it out. My friend just texted me. I say friend in quotes. They are my real friend, except I have no quote-unquote real friends because of everything that's happened to me in my life. So they're in a category of people who are technically my real friends, but that I reserve the right to just call them friendlies. Friendlies. He's a friendly. There we go. Which then helps everyone because it makes it clear that I like them for the most part, but that I'm not going to place them in danger by involving them in my own situations. Whee! Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ!
There we go. I hope they understand what I mean and take no offense. It's just that every time I try to label someone as like my friend, something happens. So friendly is where we'll go with this for now. Same thing with the relationships. Every time I try to get in a relationship with a woman, something fucking crazy happens. With a whammon. Actually, I realized it didn't matter how I tried to approach it. That this shit always happens because of my circumcision. But enough about that. Grass session. Georgetown. I might get to make some more content today. Well, I was gonna get to make more content either way, but might go for a tricking session. All right. So my vehicle is in the garage, as hoped for. Is there a way to set this as my location? Let me see.
Interaction menu by pressing M on your keyboard or press and hold your view or the touchpad on your controller. Now here, go down and select preference. And as you can see here, you can select your spawn location. And then after you select your spawn location, you can go back and close the interaction menu.
Thanks. Thanks. Cool. All right, so I might be going to Georgetown today. We'll see. I did a week-long law class at Georgetown before I went to college, and it radically changed my life. Actually, no, wait. It radically reinforced many aspects of my life, and then ended with a very serious event. But the important thing is that I got all that generational law practice got solidified in my brain. All right, now let's go do a mission. Hopefully Simeon gives me a good mission this time, instead of an impossible one. And what happened to me wasn't my fault because I was still a minor. And if your system was working properly, what happened to me wouldn't have happened. Just saying. That's one of the things I learned, is that I was innocent. So stop trying to pin on everything on me and take responsibility for your own actions. It's the same as this situation. The current charges against me are fake as fuck because if your fucking system was working and you were doing your fucking job, what I did wouldn't have happened in the first place. Either that or you were doing your job by issuing me a clearance and then you revoked it, which is against the clearance protocol. So either way, it's your fault, not mine. Especially because I did everything right and safe and everything else I did was legal. Including the thing I did because your law is wrong.
Hi there.
Which one is this? Oh, I can do this one. This one's not that bad. At first it was horrible, and it might still be kind of horrible, but I know it's oh, you know what? No, it's not possible. I just remembered why. Because they always flip the car, and the fact that someone joined my lobby confirmed that they were going to try to do that again. They always flip the car when I try to drop it. The only one that actually works is Simionomics. Wait, what was that? Appreciate... Oh, inspect. How do I... What does it mean to inspect it? Oh, no, it's just that. I don't need to do that. That's a cool car, though. What's the back look like? That's kind of cool.
Hi there.
I can hear it now. CIA agents everywhere regaining their powers and go... Man, get out of my lobby.
Hey, stop by the hotel later.
CIA agents everywhere recovering their power and going, I asked you nicely to clear out. Now I'm authorized to use lethal force. And they actually are because they took their steps and did their due diligence. And the people who aren't clearing out are just trying to make their job harder on purpose. I can see it now. A wonderful world where things actually work the way they're supposed to and people are legitimately happy instead of just faking it for clout because the rules are actually correct. Amazing. What a world. And that's why they're not letting me do this fucking mission, because they know that I'm hip to their ass bullshit. See? And they're just trying to get me to spend in-game money by trying to ruin my missions. That's why they're not letting it go. Or they're trying to get me to spend money to get in-game, real money to get in-game money. And that's why I'm the GOAT. So I guess we'll just have to pause here. Probably for now. Oh my god. Look how correct I am. Look how many people that just happened for. Did you fucking see that? That wasn't even supposed to be possible.
You said you'd be here by now, honey.
Probably, maybe. Anyway, now I have to start a new friend-only thing. Start a new session. Closed friend session. I'll probably just have to wait until next time I play and do another stash house and start from there. Yeah, that'll probably be it. Alright, well this concludes today's GTA session. I'll come back again later when people aren't targeting me so much. Pretty sure that should shut all their shit down. I guess I'll just go smoke or something now once this finishes closing. Anyway, gonna upload this as a private video.